A look there at legendary Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Patriots. Tirico alongside Greg Oates, and that's the rookie Tyler Luke. He begins this one. Off we go on this cold afternoon at Lambeau. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his third season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and we're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not, and it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
He's close to a first down. The gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Brings up second and a yard at the Ravens' 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 1. On play action, Love. Catch is made by Romeo Dobbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the Ravens' 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Packers.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with, how well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers. Exactly exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead.
Ravens, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
I'm not sure there's a more exciting player to watch, regardless of position, than Lamar Jackson. I mean, we've gotten to see him play in person numerous times throughout his career, Mike, and to just marvel, not only at the athleticism, the playmaking, but his development as a true NFL pocket passer is quite remarkable. So he's an MVP caliber player. He's always going to be that. The next step for him, how does he continue to bring that regular season success that has led to 2 MVPs? How does he bring that into the postseason?
Still first down.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. And he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick them up and throw them down for a loss.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Jackson now on second down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Lamar going to hang on to it.
Jackson on the keeper.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Packers offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. out of the shotgun. It's Love. A quick slant. Roped in by Watson. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards.
Automatic first down.
First and 10 now from the 36. From the gun, it's Love. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll bring up second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Throwing now on third and long. Finding space at the 40. It is a gain of 16. They get the third down conversion by about a yard.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. Not a whole lot there as he'll get to midfield, and that's all. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 7. Now Love. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Take it back to the other side of midfield. Marlon Humphrey, usually found in coverage, that time on the blitz, gets there for the sack.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
From the gun on third down, it's Love. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the 29, here's second and 6. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Packers.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
Running is Jacobs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
To the left side, in the hands of Watson. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay.
I'll tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going. Like, I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
McManus on for the point athlete. The kick is good. And the Packers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense are now ready to get going on their second possession. They're an early hold, 14-0. They'll start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. Jackson on the move. From left side, caught by Andrews. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 6. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That's hard. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st down, Ravens.
Jackson going to keep it himself. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And I don't think he got that wrapped up the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1, and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Trying to find any seat he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down. That'll wind up a gain of 11. on 4th down.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Henry.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He'll step up and run. And he's into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
We are through 1. It's the Packers on top. And we're back. Lambeau Field in just a moment. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. Here's Christian Watson and the rest of the Packer offense heading back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
They want my type of activities, but don't you get involved. Hey, how many should I see? Send them off. Take a risk or take a trip. You know I'm tripping for my dog.
They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage. And I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet she's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Good throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Oh, a loose football. And the Ravens have come up with the football. It always feels like it's a safe play. Just have the quarterback keep it, get that 1st down, try to extend it. But here, it's not free. And the defense will take over.
Yeah, the priorities of a quarterback sneak, Mike, are A, get the 1st down, B, protect yourself, but C, protect the ball. And he was not able to do the 3rd part of that act, and he's going to cough it up now and give the ball right back to this defense.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
2nd down, Jackson. I had a defender draped all over. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, Baltimore.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open.
And he will get into the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
On is Luke to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st down, it's Love. With the middle, that one caught by Watson. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A handoff running left, it's Jacobs. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now Love. That's complete to Watson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. That's to the right side, and he's complete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception, and the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Throwing is Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Third and 1.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Love to throw on first and 10.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
Here's second and 3 to go. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They face second down and 7. Here's Love. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Jaden Reed was the intended target. And now it's fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start out first down and 10. In motion goes Likely. Off the play fake. Jackson. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Rashawn Gary. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
And it's third down.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrew. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate not only on third down, but what they call third and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert third downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 9. Throwing Jackson. Backs to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And the Baltimore first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the Packers' 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 9. We'll go again here with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that might have even lost a yard there.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
He'll try to run for it. Can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. The First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Jackson now on second down. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. He'll try and run for this with Henry. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Jackson. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Wayne Walker. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 18-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Love. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down.
And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
2nd and 10. Here's Love. He'll take a shot downfield for Musgrave. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play at a critical juncture in this game. 39 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
For the Packer field goal, a 50-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott. Thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Ravens offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit, 6 points. Touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand?
Still first down.
Now it's Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flower. Now Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
3rd and long for Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Packers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Here's Love to throw. That one complete to Watson. And they'll get about half what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 41-yard line.
On play action, Love. To the tight end, Musgrave. He's got it. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Green Bay first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Back to throw is Love. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs.
And they continue to lean on him in these short yardage, need-to-have-it situations, tough yards. He's been getting them over and over throughout the course of the game, and he picks up more than enough there on 3rd down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he'll will be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now Love. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
That's a 2-yard line.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal touching.
We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out.
That penalty is declined.
Now here's 2nd and goal. Jacob will score. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try.
The Packers will set up for the 2-point.
They'll let Jacob try to run this in. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. He'll get this one out to his fullback. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. On the option, they give it to Henry. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Raven first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Baltimore first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now
this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And the woes in the running game continued. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
We're going to go right back to Henry. And this is a slight improvement over the previous, but he's not going to lose yardage. Not gaining any either. It's third down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the Ravens will cut into that lead.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On 2nd down, Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. To throw is Love. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Lester on the return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. Open man downfield. It is Hopkins. 16 yards on the game and a quick 1st down.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big games like this.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. He'll push forward for about a yard. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked, and he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and you got a fresh set of downs.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 4. Here's Jackson. Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, Jackson. Open right side is likely. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
3rd and 6. Throwing Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Bateman is the motion man. Henry, and he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd
down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's third down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have fourth down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
A 23-yard attempt.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Packers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Go play action with Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's second down.
22-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
It's now 3rd.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That was incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
On the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Jackson. This one, downfield, looking for Henry. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking into the middle, there's Flowers. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Baltimore.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now Jackson on the move. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore 1st down.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. 3rd down coming up. Now Jackson. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete
2 straight incompletions. They've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Jones on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, it's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Ravens' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. Love quickly out to Watson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Love. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
That's good for the Packers. First down. First and 10.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them 1 step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Flushed to his left.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Love. He'll try to set up the screen here. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll run with Jacobs. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Love. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Leads to 3rd
Well,
there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
Whoa. He's going to have it at the 12-yard line. Enough to get the first down and keep it going.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the third down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
On the ground, here's Wilson. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yards. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. He's got it inside the 5. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock to the stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And they're going to get him down close to the marker. Is he able to reach the ball out? He did. Great spot and a great run. 1st down. 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
The man in motion is Watson. Here's Jacobs. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Love getting the Packers set for this 2-point try.
The Packers will set up for the
Back to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. From the gun, Jackson. He'll go right back to Flowers. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. First down and more to the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball in the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations? It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
Second down, Jackson. He's going to put it up, take a shot for Hopkins. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down.
4th and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the first down, and keeps this drive alive.
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So, it's a win for the Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.